It's UFC fighter Ashlee Evans-Smith.
Kevin, I heard you've been talking shit about my podcast, Sex and Violence with Rebel Girl. Get up.
Really sorry, Ashlee.
All right. If that's how this is going down.
Wait, it is?
Wow.
Don't do it, Kevin.
No, Kevin.
She's trained.
Kevin, you're dead to me.
She's built for this. Oh! Let's see it. Here it is. Kevin Kraft, Herring versus Kevin Kraft. Go.
Some might say send it.
Yeah, man, send it. I'll post this. I'll send it to them, and they'll put it on full send it.
Yeah, full send.
You should fully sending it. Go, full send. How is it?
It's salty.
But it probably doesn't taste as bad as it smells, right? Like that cheese. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show, and welcome to our guest. Josh Peck is here. Josh, who is a giant celebrity and somebody who's made it several times in this community of bullshit. He was, do you know what? Was it Vine? He destroyed Vine. He annihilated it. I have a 16-year-old that trembles in the presence of Josh because of his ridiculously editing fucking Vine. I've got acting. He was a child, and he was famous as a child, and now he's not on drugs. He doesn't, like, smoke continuous cigarettes while he's on a treadmill. None of that. He's, like, normal, a parent, organized, sweetheart. Unless it's all a lie and he murders people at night, I don't know. But it seems like he's a very cool guy. And now doing even new stuff, a show to talk about, but it's constant with Josh. And it's always at a level where it's surprising that he comes on this show to talk about it, because it's not our demo. We're not your demo. Just seems it's a weird clash, but I love it. I love that you love the show. I think it's awesome. Welcome to the show. It's
Thank
great
you.
to have you here.
Josh is a really big fan, and he reached out, and we said, sure, come on down.
I'm on it. I can't believe I'm here. I mean, I feel like I'm on the set of The Tonight Show, and I've smaller than expected. That's what people say, right? It's smaller than it is on TV.
Oh, that's cool. And
Yeah.
it's good to know that
I
the
thought Jimmy
camera-
Fallon wore pants.
Yeah, exactly. But I can't believe I'm here. I feel I'm starstruck.
You're a busy guy, right?
Yeah, busy-ish. I have a child, so I procreated, and that takes up a lot of time.
Such bullshit.
Man, jeez.
Babies, don't even get me started.
It's like you invite this succubus into your life, and you've got to pay for it.
Yeah, this interloper who comes out and just wants all your attention.
Well, in its defense, it's your penis that started this shit.
My children were not what I was thinking about when they were conceived.
What were
That's
you thinking
fair. Well, I don't want to know that.
Come on.
Some things are...
I think it could be a great segment.
Oh, what were you thinking when you came in your wife with Jason Ellis?
I'll start.
Okay, so
We stole this bit from the Tonight Show too, right?
this is such a sweet promo for Josh's appearance. Remember when we were talking about what we were thinking about when we came in, people?
Yeah.
We can do better. So what show are you doing?
It's a new show on Disney Plus that dropped today, July 21st, called...
Wait, this is late.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
It's a new show now on Disney Plus.
Yes.
Called Turner and Hooch.
That rings a bell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was once a movie with a lesser known actor named Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
And they were like, how do we find the generic TV version of Tom Hanks? Let's get the guy from Vine.
Yeah.
So I'm here. I've taken,
Well, the guy, I mean, you act a lot. You do a lot of acting.
Yeah.
Right? So you do a lot of auditions still?
Yeah,
Are
all
you a
the
guy that's
time.
constantly, and
do?
then how's...
Oh, yeah. I feel like you didn't expect that.
Yeah, it seemed that way.
I feel
right?
like once you become, not that I thought you'd gotten to the level of, nobody asks Al Pacino to audition for stuff, but once you become a recognizable brand, they can sort of say, you're almost like something from a salad bar. People either want Bako bits or they don't. They don't need to sample them.
Fair.
You just call him Bako bits.
I mean that as a compliment.
Right,
You might
yeah.
even be a crouton level celebrity in my mind.
That's kind.
Man, a lot of ass kissing going around the table today.
The right kind of crouton can really make my day.
Yeah.
No, I'm constantly singing for my supper. I had to audition for this. I'll never forget in like the dog days of pilot season when I wasn't booking a thing for like over 2 years. So it was getting rough out there. And I go to an audition and it's a pilot, right? So they're now, usually you walk in a room and it's 4 people who look just like you. But there they were auditioning, kids for this show and adults. And I walk into a room of like 4 10-year-olds. And I'm like, oh shit, this is my demographic. And I saw my name and I go sit down. And one of the kids walks up to me and goes, what are you doing here?
Oh, wow.
Like, you're here with us?
Yeah.
And I was like, you better believe it. This is your life.
Yeah, I'm taking you down, Junior.
Yeah. This is what your life's going to be in 20 years. So
I'm here to drink your milkshake.
know what you're signing up for.
Do you have we've heard other actors say that they are a type and that there are other people who work in town that are name brand actors who are the same essential type. Do you have people that you go, oh, this fucking guy again at auditions?
Oh, yeah. For years, if I saw Miles Teller at an audition, I'd be like, have fun.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you're going to kill it, Miles. Have fun. Like, I wouldn't even audition.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he's awesome. Shout out Miles Teller. Oh yeah, Miles Teller. Earlier on, it was like Michael Cera. When I was a little bigger, Jonah Hill. And those guys are much better than me. So they deserve it all. They deserve the world.
Yeah, right.
Good for them.
Is that just how you just got that thing you say programmed in there, or you really mean that?
At the end of the day, it's just like, and it's sad, but it's life, right? It's just you against yourself. No one's.
That's the correct way to look at it, but I could see how you could get that twisted. I mean, we're only human, like you start to feel like things are going against you kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's really hard. To me, I only dabbled accidentally, like parents pushed me in when I was a kid, didn't like it, got out of it. And then later on when I was a pro skateboarder, I had an agent that all of a sudden I'm in front of a fucking paper wall pretending to be somebody else and I can't even read. And I'm like, how did I get to this bit where I'm auditioning in front of these dudes for a role in a movie as like a drill sergeant or something? It was something where I just thought, I don't even want to do it. But I got enough of a sense of how hard it is, like how humiliating it is. Like they just go, do this now, do it like that. Nah, whatever you're doing is shit. Or they go, oh yeah, great, we'll call you, and you can tell that they're not going to, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, if you were,
and it's one time. Imagine, over and over and over. It would be tough on the ego. I know ego doesn't really do that. You know what I mean? Just your regular self. What'd you do today? I got shut down like fucking 4 times. What did you do? It's not easy.
No, it's nonstop. But I remember my acting teacher once said to me, she's like, remember, like 90% of the shit you're auditioning for, it's not Hamlet. Like you and probably a dozen other guys could play that role. So then it just becomes flavors, right? Well, this guy's got a different look and he was good too. Like it's not, you are made for this role and only one person could play this. So it just becomes less personal when you realize like, yeah, it's just, I've been on the other side of it where I've gotten a job and then they've been like, well, we're going to audition other people. Will you sit in on the audition? And it's so revelatory because you're like, oh, she was great. So was she. And she could do it. And that girl's nice. That girl wasn't great. But like 5 out of the 7 were great.
Could have done it.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of the times that say the director spent a lot of time with the script and they can't help, they form a mental image and then they're just kind of looking for that mental, whether or not they even realize that they're doing that.
Not only that, but I think Vince Gilligan talked about it. The guy who created Breaking Bad was like, your audition 90% of the time is done the moment you walk in the room. Because if you don't look like how I pictured it in my head and you just don't have that energy, I mean, anything less than being fucking Daniel Day-Lewis, you're probably not going to get it.
Wow.
Do you feel like I think, Jason, maybe you're the kind of person, my wife, I think, is the kind of person that'll watch something and go, oh my God, that person's like a horrible actor. To me, there's like Meryl Streep. There's people who should never have been on camera in the first place that are like porn level actors. And then there's everybody else. Have you had experiences on camera or even in auditioning? You mentioned the Jonah Hills of the world where you go, oh my God, that person's an all-star. Like, we're all NBA players, but that person is an all-star.
Yeah, I mean, I was lucky enough. I did these 2 movies. This one movie called The Whackness with Sir Ben Kingsley. So that's like Gandhi. And the whole movie, basically, it takes place in 1994. I'm a high school kid who sells weed for trades weed for therapy from this like drugged out psychologist played by Ben Kingsley. So the whole movie's him and I.
Sweet deal.
And there would just be moments where I was like, oh, how'd you do that? How'd you do that? Like, it just seems so... And it's just like anything great, be it sports or what have you, it just looks effortless. And I actually had 2 or 3 scenes in this Al Pacino movie, and all my scenes were with him. And I was like, I can't believe you're doing it. And the most fascinating thing, I'll never forget this, in one of the takes, he kind of did like a Pacino-ism where he just was like, oh, he's like full Al, like, oh. And I'm expecting him to be like, oh, let's start again. But he just committed to it. He's like, no, I'm Al Pacino. Whatever I do is going to work. He was so committed that he was like, oh, you want to come in here with me? And I'm like, it works because he doesn't like self-judge, I think maybe the way we would.
He just did it differently out of nowhere.
He just felt something. And instead of having all that tension and insecurity that comes up from that, he was like...
How old were you in that?
Like 24, 25.
So when he does that when he just like decides to go
Full
off on
hoo-ah.
his own little thing, are you thinking to yourself, do I ab-lib as well to is this my time to shine? You know what I mean? Like, they're like, oh, I see what you're doing here. Watch this.
Maybe I'll say hoo-ah. I see you and raise you, Al Pacino.
Yeah, just right at him like, hey man, fuck, if we're not making sense, watch this.
I was just going with it.
Yeah.
Oh, this kid's good.
or do you tremble and go, oh no, he's challenging me. He's gone off script and now I have to, do I go back and stay safe or what do I do? Did it make you nervous when he did that?
I think you just try to like react appropriately to I guess the appropriate reaction would have been like, what are you doing?
Right?
Yeah. Who talks like that?
But that would not have been the appropriate. That would have been, you don't get it and you're not rolling with the punches kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So you already got a pat on the back kind of by not saying, hey, what the fuck? Why are you doing that guy right now?
Right. Yeah. I just tried to stay out of his way. And also like, it's just guys like that will make you better when they're that good. And you just kind of like really try to meet them where they are.
Yeah.
They'll elevate you. The worst thing, and I've made this mistake so many times where I've gone into a scene being like, check out what I can do. Instead of being like, what does the scene call for? What does the director need out of this? It's been like, let me show you my double back handspring, or let me make myself cry for no reason just to prove I can do it. And that's when you look like a real schmuck.
GoodRx. GoodRx. Get the care you need at GoodRx.
Getting the care you need to stay healthy. It shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't be inconvenient. It shouldn't be expensive. Did you know when you have a prescription to fill, what do? You just go to the pharmacy you always go to. You go to the one that's on the way home from work. Did you know that they might not be the cheapest pharmacy? Did you know they all charge different prices? They might not be close to the cheapest pharmacy in your neighborhood.
I had no idea, Michael. I'm glad you're here.
That's right. With GoodRx, you can instantly compare prices for your prescription at every pharmacy in your neighborhood. You could save up to, get ready for it, 80%.
Nah.
What? Yep, that's why GoodRx is the #1 most downloaded medical app, and millions of Americans use GoodRx to get affordable healthcare every month. Start saving up to 80%.
What?
On your prescriptions today. Go to goodrx.com/Ellis. That is goodrx.com/Ellis. goodrx.com/Ellis. GoodRx is not insurance, but it can be used instead of insurance. In 2020, GoodRx users received an average savings of over 70% off retail prices.
Nice. Blue Chew gets you hard. Yeah.
That's right. This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Say it with us, everybody.
Blue Chew!
Bringing more confidence to the bedroom. A unique online service. Who wants to go to the doctor for something so sensitive? Who wants to go to the doctor's office at all when you can just do it online? The process is so simple. You sign up at bluechew.com. You consult with one of their licensed medical providers. And once you're approved, you get your prescription within days.
Yeah, it's pretty convenient.
Yep.
Makes your dick feel cocky.
It does. And it makes your dick feel good knowing that everything you buy is made in the USA. My dick,
right on, brother.
My dick likes that personally.
Yep.
And here's a special deal for our listeners. Try
Special deal, listen up.
Try Blue Chew.
Listeners.
Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code Ellis at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's bluechew.com, promo code Ellis to receive your first month free. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Can you make yourself cry for no reason?
I could, yeah, maybe. I had a rough childhood.
You did?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
What do you want to know?
Wait, don't cry when you tell us about it, though. Don't do that. Don't do that. But you wait. I didn't know that. I mean, I know what, because you got picked on and shit.
Well, yeah, I never knew my pops, and I never met my dad. Single mom, grew up pretty like.
Your dad split like before you were born,
Yeah,
and you've never known him.
never met him.
Have you ever done that weird trace thing to? Well, you don't mind me asking, right?
Not at all. Please.
Yeah. Have you ever done that thing where you find the sack of shit and call him like Joe Dirt shit?
I know where he's passed away. So you ready?
See, how did you find that out?
So my mom was 42 when she had me. My mom's now 77.
Wow.
And my dad was 62. So he passed away a few years ago of natural causes.
Right, being old.
Sure. So I think he was like 88.
Okay.
Wow.
But and as far as I know, and sorry, Mom, I think they only hooked up once, which is pretty like, I think I'm supposed to be here because it defies logic.
Wait, you're saying usually you need to be, man, I can't believe I'm doing this with you, but you need
Let's
to be.
go there,
you
Jason.
need to someone needs to come in you more than
Oh,
once to
no.
make a baby. You did it. I don't know how else. You know what I'm saying? Like you're saying that it's crazy that, you know that sexual intercourse can make a baby one time. You know that, right?
I do know
When
that.
a mommy
I'm
and a
not
daddy love each other.
No, tell me more, Tully. I'm with you.
I know you've heard all
There's
these
a
stories
stalk that
about
comes,
the story.
all right? Yeah.
But
No.
sometimes
But
When the
you know,
Bill's
I'm
in
not
the
saying
wild.
you're not a special baby. I'm just saying.
but like some 62-year-old ass, like old ass seed.
Okay,
and
yeah.
42-year-old lady who's like on the precipice of menopause.
Especially back then, it was. I feel like
Yeah.
these days, old ladies having babies not so crazy.
Yeah, science
But
helps.
yeah, but back then, yeah, for sure. Because this
Old
is old school. The actual real penis, and it was delivered by an old man's penis.
Yeah.
already.
and it just, I don't know, it mixed. They went out for deli after. I don't know if that helped.
Is that why you were out of shape when you were real little? Because they were so old, they never took you to work, like walking or anything.
Probably.
I mean, you just had her, and was she not an exercising mum?
Nah, not really.
Was she a bad food mum? Like, did she give you like a lot of shits? Did you get like because Kevin grew up with fucking Hot
Gushers,
Pockets and Gushers,
fruit
like,
roll-ups.
shit in the pantry. You rip open and you shove it in your face, and it's got mad calories and sugar. Were you
Yeah,
that kind of guy?
Dunkaroos, string cheese.
So good. String cheese, nice. So keto, right?
Man, you can see how he made a fucking transformation. I know some people you get fat. Some people you struggle with it. Some people I can tell you work. If some people can eat whatever they want and they don't get fat, and some people totally do. So you are one of those people that can get big easy, and you had to make a total change in your life to stay in shape.
Yeah, I was 300
it's not as
pounds.
easy, right? That's
120 pounds. It's
That's-
a lot.
Is it harder to keep it all off now being a dad?
No, I mean, my kid eats like a lot of snacks and I eat off his plate a lot, but it's become such a lifestyle for me. I mean, the truth is I was really overweight from like 10 to 17. So I always like to say, unfortunately for me, my awkward teenage years are in reruns because it's just on television. But, for most of us, we would have had our awkward teenage years and then burned our yearbooks and never talked about it again and sort of moved on. But I've been this way since I was 19. So I think what was harder was the mental part of it because I really wanted to kill that guy, I wanted to turn my back on my origin story and have that have never been a part of my life because I was embarrassed by it.
Right. But in the end, you realize you got to
Embrace it.
right.
Totally.
It's who you are, and you should be proud of it. Because look, I mean, if anybody should be proud of themselves, look at where you are now. You know,
Come on.
you're shining.
I'm all right. I'm doing all right. But it took me a really long time. And I can see it in like performances over the past decade of me in my 20s where I'm like, oh, I thought I was new Josh there. Like I was trying to do my impression of a skinny, good looking guy and it didn't quite come through.
Well, it's baby steps, right? Yeah. And you kind of fake it till you make it a little bit. And you add all those things. You keep working on yourself. And sometimes you feel like you've got it all figured out. And then you realize, wow, I still don't. I've got a long way to go. But even knowing that and still just going on the road to being better, that's really all it is. I don't think there's ever I'm fixed. Man, that was tough, but now everything is normally great, and there's no weird little glitch. There's always, if you struggled in your childhood, I feel like that's it. It's a struggle. You just have to learn to love it.
Do you ever feel serene knowing everything you've been through and all the work you've done?
No.
Not like for a couple hours after a good day of surfing?
I have, I definitely have things now where I feel like I appreciate little things way more, and I some things I see as like little miracles. Like I'm not saying it's a magic thing or anything. I'm just saying to be here, to be in the situations I'm in. Sometimes these days I look at it and go, "Fuck, that's so amazing." Your brother and all those people would freak out that you've got this far and done this. I never used to be like that. Like I never stopped and thought anything. I might have said, hey, I'm shit hot at skateboarding at the time, but I didn't like walk off thinking about how shit hot I was. It was more of a pose. So these days I feel like I'm happy about, like if I see a video on my son, I saw a video of him on a 4-wheeler in a river the other day and I'm like, man, he's doing bush stuff, like he's being becoming a man. He got like cool stories where you're not just in the cities playing video games, you're out there doing stuff. Usually I just be like, meh. I feel like from being a little happier, a little bit more stable, which once again, when I say that, I'm not 100%. It's just I'm a little bit better than I used to be. And every year it seems to be a little bit easier and a little bit happier for no reason is what I call it. Whenever I'm happy for no reason, because I used to just be dark for no reason.
Right.
Is what I mean, no reason, just a reason that I couldn't put my finger on. Because if I had to put my finger on it, then I could have faced it and adjusted and got happy. But instead, just like you brought up, I kind of ran away from it. I was just like, that life didn't even happen to me.
How long after you did ayahuasca did you feel good?
I felt lighter immediately, especially after the pillaging of sorrow. I feel like, sure, you vomit. One night I vomited, big deal. But it's the you act like a big tough guy your whole life. You're puffing up. Fear, aggression. It's part of sadness. You're sad. You're so angry. You're so sad you're angry. So pouring out your heart and screaming, crying for a couple of hours, of course it's going to be therapeutic. I've done some breath work where they do this shit where they touch you a certain way in your belly and you're just off to the races crying. I don't know. Do I feel way better after it? Yeah. It's like, because I needed a good cry. Why did I need a good cry? Because there's fucking millions of times where things has made me want to cry and I've gone, I don't fucking do that. I don't have time for that. Fuck that guy for fucking hurting me or what. I never took it as I'm actually really an emotional guy and things hurt my feelings a lot. I just have to realize that. And then once I realize it and accept it, then I can move on a lot. But my old me was just like, no, it didn't even bother me. Nothing really bothers me. I'm a fucking, I'm a tank, but it's a lie. I'm a terrified little boy.
Do you guys cry?
Do you know what I find is that not from real life. I can't remember the last thing that happened in my life that made me we're talking about making kids again. When my uncle passed away, I cried. Outside of the really normal stuff, no. But I do find that music can bring me to tears like instantly. Or I can even be watching some dumb kids movie that my kids are watching and that they're just playing you, because it's literally, we'll have the character make this adjustment and then they'll get the unexpected emotional resolution and then the music will swell and we'll do this camera angle. And it's just a cheap magic trick. It's not even a good kids movie. And it can just make me well up really, really quickly. So I've kind of come to the conclusion that that's just the way that my body sort of like does the oil change.
Right.
Is life doesn't make me cry. Art can stimulate the cry that needs to come out. Even if it's the most inopportune time. I can stop and cry at like a Toy Story 4 at like 11 a.m. on a Tuesday and then just get on with my day.
So gangster.
So moving.
What about you, Kevin? You bawl your eyes out? You would, wouldn't you? You big baby. Just trying to be insulting.
Not as much as you'd think.
Damn it.
But
Because if I were you, I'd cry a lot.
Yeah. I'd be crying right now.
only when I towel myself off in the morning after a shower. It's like, oh, this is me.
Because of your tits.
Yeah.
He has really weird boobs, Josh. You got to see him.
I get that. Well,
Maybe
now,
not.
where do we go from here?
Nah, it's okay.
Do I see them or no?
Seems like it's not today.
I get it.
I'm having a bad boob day.
He's
Josh.
got a girlfriend,
I
and
wouldn't
when he
show
got
mine.
he was getting fit and he was getting jacked and he started to look kind of bulky, and that must have like turned on the ladies, because then he got a girlfriend, and then he got a girlfriend, and now they go to dinner and have fat snacks, and he doesn't have time to work out anymore because he's too busy boning her until the point of
dehydration.
Vertigo.
He got vertigo for a week from boning.
Yeah.
I heard that.
That's what's
Yeah.
going on with this guy's
that
life.
was real.
Oh, yeah.
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 That's kind of like the best STD you could get, though, right? You'd want
Vertigo?
that over herpes.
No way. I'd okay, that's a bad one, but I'd way rather the clap or whatever than
Sure.
because you just take a pill and you're
Z-Pack.
back in the game. Yeah. Relief band, relief band, relief band, relief band.
Jason, on one hand, I do wish you would stop singing that song. But on the other hand, I do understand. You are very, very excited about Relief Band. So are you, Kevin.
Oh, yeah. There is no fun in being nauseous and on the verge of vomiting and having vertigo and stuff like that. I recently got super, super dizzy while having sex. Who the hell does that happen to? But thank God for Relief Band.
Yeah. It's weird that you would thank God at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because
he's got nothing to do with
right,
it.
he obviously hates you.
Right. And now when it's sexing time in the Kevin household, you'll catch him wearing nothing but his Relief Band.
Yep.
As you're getting ready to take that summer road trip, hopping on the boat, or you're just anxious about heading back into the office, we've got good news. Right now, Relief Band has an exclusive offer just for Jason Ellis listeners. If you go to reliefband.com and use promo code Ellis, you'll receive 20% off plus free shipping and a no questions asked 30-day money-back guarantee. So head to reliefband.com and use your promo code Ellis for 20% off plus free shipping. We're here today to talk to you about Paint Your Life at paintyourlife.com. It is never too soon to start thinking about what you're going to give loved ones, grandparents, parents, you know who I'm talking about, for the holidays. You know what you can get them? You know what they're going to love? They're going to love a professional hand-painted portrait of your family, or maybe just you or your cats. And
Can I buy one of me so that I can look at me looking at me?
you are going to love your hand-painted professional portrait of yourself.
Yeah, I got the cats, but I just realized I blew it.
Yeah, you did. You did. It's not too late. And you already know, you've been to the website. It takes a couple of minutes. It's actually astounding how easy it is to get a professional hand-painted portrait of your cats or your family or yourself.
Yeah, I got
Me-
one of myself, my mom, and my sister, and I was blown away by how great it turned out. It looks photorealistic. I gave it to my mom. She absolutely loved it. Really, really cool gift. They give you updates and stuff too, so you can kind of like approve things, disapprove things. Really cool process.
Yep, at paintyourlife.com. There's no risk if you don't love the final painting. Your money is refunded, guaranteed. And right now is a limited time offer. Get 20% off your painting. That's
Whoa.
right, 20% off and free shipping. Can you imagine what it costs to pack up and ship a painting? You don't have to imagine. You're not paying for it.
Don't even try to imagine it.
Don't hurt your feeble little mind.
Just mate, your mind's not feeble. Just don't do it. Why bother? We've got you covered.
To get the special offer, text the word Jason to 64,000. That's Jason.
That's me.
To 64,000. Text Jason to 64,000. Paint Your Life. Celebrate the moments that matter most. Term supply available at paintyourlife.com/terms. Again, text Jason to 64,000.
Yeah, Vertigo took a minute to get rid of.
Yeah, I don't want a week of dizziness. Fuck that.
Was it I've only heard that it is completely awful.
So the first time I got it was when, I was in the process of toning up a little bit, and I was like, okay, it's time to add some more shit. I've got this down. I'm doing a lot of push-ups. I'm doing a lot of pull-ups and stuff. I got to work on my core a little bit. I got to get the abs going. So I started doing bicycle crunches. And I literally did 2 of them. I touched my right elbow to my left knee and my left elbow to my right knee, and immediately the room started spinning. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, duh. I'm fucking soft as hell. Of course this is happening. Just power through it. And by the time I got done doing it, I had to just lay there on the floor with my tongue hanging out of my mouth. It's like, gah, while the whole room spun. Got vertigo a week from that. I do have a bitch-ass face. That too. That doesn't help.
But it did pass.
It did, yeah. I'm back to normal
You can
now.
fuck without incident now.
I can. Yeah, I can fuck like a grown man.
That's super powerful. What a statement.
Were you trying new positions, or can you let's do a little
Were you
forensics?
were you perhaps doing it upside down for an hour or something?
Yeah, the Amazon position,
What's
there was
Amazon?
nothing new.
it's hot right now.
Oh yeah,
It's super trendy.
Wait, there's a hot position?
I don't know.
Come on, man, don't lie. You're
Look
into
it
the
up.
hot positions. I don't do Google. I only have sound effects over here. That's all.
Oh, pussy is me mash.
That's what I have. Yeah, I don't know if that's true. What is the position? What is it?
It's
Amazon position? Is that what, where you piss in a bottle while you're delivering packages?
It's exactly right.
Wait, what?
The Amazon Prime. No, it's I think it's where this is awesome. So I think the guy's legs
Kevin, can
are
you get
up
in there
like
so we can
this.
see
Yeah.
Come
Put
on
your
over.
pussy on him.
All right.
Come on over.
This will work out.
This is great.
Try not
You
to
know,
hurt yourself,
I
Kevin.
talked to my mom before this. She's like, should I listen to the podcast? I'm like, I don't think it's for you. She's like, try not to curse too much. And
You didn't, did you?
no, but here
This
we
is
are.
okay. This is not.
Get over here, Kev.
I love when one of my relatives
And I
likes one of
think
my
it's-
tweets.
So if you're the girl, and
Okay,
I think
she's the girl, yeah.
and I think there's some
Wait, are you making your thing come out the back of your legs?
yes.
Oh, like a bit of a tail.
Yeah.
So wait, am I supposed to be
Wait, and she doesn't.
No.
Wait,
it's
she does it
it's
front on
intimate.
to you?
It's intimate.
Wait, actually try. Yeah,
Yeah.
If just pretend you, Kevin, pretend you have a vagina,
yeah.
and can you give?
I feel like this is good. I feel like we've
you
shown
don't.
it.
I don't see how that goes in there. I'm sorry.
So wait, if his dong is here,
Yeah.
and I'm just going like this.
And then that.
That seems.
Oh my God. It's the best day of my life.
When you woke up this morning, did you know
no.
you were going to mash scrotums with Kevin Kraft on the Jason
man.
Ellis show?
I haven't cursed that much, Mom.
Oh man, and that was science. We were learning right there. That's a
But-
thing.
Yeah, now the audience knows how to do Amazon.
That seems slightly challenging, and
Yeah.
I can't believe I haven't done that.
I feel like maybe if a bed is a little bit higher off the ground than the chair you're currently sitting in, that's going to facilitate the Amazon a little bit more.
Sure.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Is it not emasculating that she's like wheelbarrowing your legs
Yeah.
on the side?
And that you kind of, it's a bit of a tail, and it's almost like she's doing you, but whatever.
I think, yeah, I just, sometimes you want to switch it up.
Yeah.
Man, you tell me this week after my birthday.
Yeah, I think that's. I'm gonna do it. I think
Yeah.
it's a good
You
idea.
get back to me on that.
When?
Like after the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Before we leave?
No. I mean, I don't know. Do you want? It's like a different account, really, isn't it?
That
Like-
song at the end does go on forever. So, gotta ask, did you get the blessing from Tom Hanks?
No. The answer is I haven't gotten an official, but I have met him, and he
Yeah.
was everything that I could have ever imagined.
Yeah.
He and I'll never forget. I was at John Stamos' birthday party. which-
Yeah. We were just talking about him, about his mouth.
No,
It seems like it's
Wrong guy.
wrong one.
it's Rob Lowe.
Oh, sorry.
How dare you?
Sorry, I get him mixed up.
Is Katie a big Rob Lowe?
I'm a big Stamos fan.
Good, me too.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the best. And
Yeah.
you should meet him. You should smell him. He smells like like the inside of a drawer, and like
I don't like that. An inside of a drawer?
like an older drawer. Like, when you open it, it's just you get that nice, like, it's like piney, but also like it has a
He
story
smells
to
like
tell.
pine?
Yeah, it just smells like the way a dude should smell.
Wait, a dude should smell like wood?
Yeah, I feel like wood's in many a cologne. No,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, Katie. Sorry. I'm more of a roses guy, but whatever.
you're a male roses guy.
Yeah, I'm like pretty gay.
That's cool.
Yep, works for me.
Love it.
So you met Tom Hanks at Stamos' house?
Not at his house, but he had a birthday party. Hanks was there, and I got to meet him, and he actually came up to me and like asked Stamos what my name was, because I guess he just when you're him, I imagine he knows that it'd be intimidating to approach.
So
And
he breaks the ice.
Yeah, which was huge. That's like the sweetheart move, right?
Absolutely. I always love it when somebody who everybody knows introduces themselves, because it's a very fake thing, but it's a very sincere thing to do fakely. You know, when Lemmy goes, "Nice to meet you, I'm Lemmy." You go, "Oh, he's telling me it's okay for me to talk to him." Everybody in the world knows your name is Lemmy. Bad example. He's been dead for some time.
Isn't it the temptation like to say, "I know," like when someone that big is like, "Hi, I'm Cher." You're
Yeah,
like,
but if you
"I know."
don't say who you are and they don't know who you are, you're a dick,
right?
you know? And I know even if you are Lemmy and all the rest, Elvis and everybody else that's dead, it's still a chance.
Yeah.
There's people out there that might not know. I don't know. I always think the same thing too. If someone is famous and says their name, I'm like, yeah, because I mean, even if you're fucking, like some really famous person, and you just go, "Hey,"
Yeah.
and you hit me with you're godlike. I'm like, I know you.
Yeah.
Don't act like you don't take shits. Get out of here.
It's like the virtuous, polite flip side of "Don't you know who I am?"
Yeah, yeah.
It was
yeah,
when
there
I
you
met
go.
the example I always use is when I met Pete Wentz from Fall Out Boy. When Fall Out Boy were the absolute shit, and he eventually broke up their band for a while because he's like, "I'm sick of everybody hating all my bandmates because they hang out with me because
Yeah.
I become so entirely hated because he was just such an over the top." He embraced being a rock star, and there was a backlash against him, and I did not know what to expect. He's, "Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Pete," and I'm like, "Oh, you can't be all bad."
Yeah.
Because everybody in the fucking world knows you're Pete Wentz right now. And I was in a rock and roll scenario. Everybody in the room knows exactly who this guy is. He's one of the biggest stars in the world. He's the most famous guy in a band that plays arenas.
Anybody ever treated you like in the famous world where you're like, "Oh wow, what an asshole"? That you want to name?
No, but as you guys know, it's rarely an in your face sort of snub. It's just like you get an energy from someone of that level where you're like, where they just seem unapproachable.
Right.
And you're just like, I'm not, and I would never go up to anyone who was remotely famous. And yet I treat them like the police on the road. Like I try not to make eye contact and I try to just go the speed limit.
Right.
But what about you?
Not really. I mean, I've only seen people that, to me, if you're really egotistical, but you're really wasted on drugs, then it's not the same thing.
Right.
Like it's just more of you're not really there. So if you do something completely out of control, walk around like you're like a Manson comes to mind where I feel like I've just seen him do stuff where I'm like, that's insane, but it's not insane for him and no one stops him from doing it.
But that's the problem, right?
Yeah, but I always thought it was way past where it's not funny. It's not like it was, I mean, if I had somebody else there, I could be like, the fuck is this guy? But instead, I'm just this guy. He just does whatever he wants and doesn't look behind him, just doesn't care at all, seems.
Because I've been on, I've worked with actors where like, you'll be on set and you're around like producers and whatnot, and an actor will make a joke or something or say something random and not funny. And a moment passes and I'll think in my head, who's going to say it? Like, who's going to call them out as you would with your brothers and be like, rough. Like, is that the best you got?
It's hard to call them out, though.
No one does.
Yeah, because I felt the same way. I never checked that dude. I mean, I didn't know him that well to begin with, and I always thought it was weird that he was showing any interest in wanting to hang out with me. I was like, what the fuck is his deal? Every time he texted me, I would show my wife. The fuck? Makes no sense at all. Corey Taylor also texts me. Corey Taylor's awesome, and he's a sweetheart, but still same reaction where I'm like, he's got my number in there, the wrong guy. You know what I mean? He's like, how are you? I'm like, how am I? I don't know, Corey Taylor. How the fuck how are you? How are you? How's Slipknot? You know, like, I don't know. Seems crazy to me. But the Manson thing just seemed more like, I don't think he was doing it for a show. I don't think he cared about anybody, anything. Just gonna do that. Now I'm not. Now I am. Like,
how much of that
thought
with him though is just about living up to? I think of like a Jim Morrison, where it's like you cast yourself in the role of the out of control guy, and then you just have to keep on playing that role for almost an audience of yourself as much as everybody else, because he knew he was doing the crazy thing.
Look, I could be wrong. My opinion is that he was on so many things that, and so used to a certain lifestyle where people are just getting you stuff, that he acts in this weird way where he won't talk to you unless you mean something to him, or he's just switched off and potentially about to stab you. I'm sorry, that's my opinion. Like, I feel like you could. If he was, that's why I don't think you see him out. Like, if he was out walking around, somewhat before these accusations and all this other stuff, even before that, he's just the kind of person that reacts super weird to people being around, close to him, people that don't get it, people that aren't in his group. He's not gonna. He just looks weird, acts weird, and shines people. I mean, it's probably a habit, because usually if you probably look at someone, they start freaking out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're you.
Right.
So he probably has that thing, but just watching him operate, it just seems like I don't know, maybe he was doing a show for me the first time I met him, but it just seemed like he was on edge and just sketchy. Just I felt sketchy being in the office with him.
Some people are too weird for this.
Mumbling and fucking, and fucking
Right.
showed me a knife and put it back in. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Isn't there that great Hunter S. Thompson quote of like when he talks about Benicio del Toro, whoever he played in the movie, and he basically just says like he was one of one, like too weird for this world. Like, and there's certain people I'm fascinated by, like people like Andy Kaufman and Basquiat and all these like the ultimate artists. And I wonder if they could do this, like small talk, like chit chat.
Yeah, I think about that because you hear the cliche of so many people, rock stars come to mind most obviously. You know, if this hadn't worked out, I would be dead by now. And it's like, calm down, guy. You would have fucking dealt with the thing, and then you worked at the gas station for a little while, then you become the manager of a Home Depot. And if you would have been, maybe you wouldn't have been happy, but you would have figured it out. But then there truly are the ones that it's dead, jail, or rock and roll.
Yeah.
I think the pain is so much for some people that they have this crazy drive to fight back the pain, and then if they make it successful, there's this huge you made it in this feeling you could just numb and run for the rest of your days.
Numb and run.
Yeah, just do drugs all the time, and like every now and then, you need another song. Like maybe I'll come out of it a little bit, or I'll trick myself into doing even more than I do to make this album even better than it was going to be. But it's the end. It's the beginning of the end when you start. Because I guarantee you when he was on fucking in the crowd at what's the Carson Daly show, like he was in the audience trying to plug his band. I don't think he was numbed out then, and he wasn't like I don't have time, blah 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 blah. Like, he was like, hey, look a band, I got look a flyer, like. Go, make it. I gotta make it. And then made it all. It's all done. You've made it, beyond made it. And now you can just switch it off. I feel like looks like he's never worked on himself at all. And it's just been whatever problems started to happen when he got famous, he started immediately running from them. So to me, it looks like such a pile of stuff to unpeel that he'd just rather keep doing drugs.
But isn't it amazing, like those people, or at least I know I was turned on by like the total artist and the misunderstood guy who would do those erratic, crazy things. And now as a 34-year-old man with a kid, like when someone doesn't bring their phone to dinner, I'm like, this is the most impressive guy I've ever met. You know, when they leave their phone in the car or they're like, don't feel the need to add anything to a conversation. They just listen because they don't need to show you how smart they are.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is my God. Like,
yeah, I don't know those people.
I know a couple.
Good for you.
They're the best.
It must be
I'm
fun.
working towards it.
I was wondering when you were talking about how people use the kid gloves when they are talking to a celebrity who makes a bad joke or whatever. I'm always curious about when you were, acting and you're still, how young were you when the TV show?
14
Okay.
or 13, yeah.
Okay, that's not that young, but you still have to be in a situation where you make a joke or an observation and a grown-up that doesn't think it's actually that funny or think it's that brilliant has to kind of overreact in a way because of the dynamics of
Sure.
you are still the star of that. To what extent were you aware of the fact that some grown-ups in your professional sphere were treating you differently than they would if you had just been some kid they met at a birthday party? And how much did you not realize until you grew up and look back at it?
I think the thing that saved me was being overweight because I never got too impressed with myself because I was like ruthlessly, painfully insecure. So I was an actor and people would say like, if you were so insecure, how did you have the guts to then go be on this massive stage? And it was like, well, that was the only moment where I didn't feel big. Like that was like my flow state. I felt like I'm good at this and it gives me this confidence. But the moment I was done, I wasn't going to the cool party. I wasn't, on the cover of a magazine. I was just like this kid.
Yeah.
And so it did, in hindsight, keep me weirdly grounded because I never was a big fan of myself.
Yeah, that's fair because you see it. I'm sure you've seen it. I've met. I would say the former child stars that I've met, more of them have been very pleasant and warm than not. But you just see this little missing link in them where they just missed whatever we get from going through that gauntlet of teenage years. They missed out on it. It's almost like I always say a lot of former teen stars hug me when they're like, oh, nice to meet you. And they bring in a hug. It's like, people don't always hug each other when they're being introduced for the first time. Sorry, what's going on behind me?
Oh,
here?
no.
So I saw on YouTube
Oh,
that
God.
these Irish guys opened this can, and this can like smelt something so bad that they like felt sick from it. And I'm like, yeah, right. If it's a can of
It's herring.
herring,
But I think it's not
but
just herring.
it's canned for humans to consume.
I think this is locally in whatever country this is from considered a delicacy.
Right.
Yeah, you'd be happy to get this.
Yeah.
Delicacies are good.
And apparently some people find the smell of this to be horrific. I feel like I've smelled some cheeses before where I'm like, ew. But I don't know. I feel like it's a drama. I feel like I feel like it's fake. Then I wanna myth bust it.
Well, fish stuff bums me out.
Yeah, but how much of a
Fish
bum
stuff. I am just going to take a blind guess here, and I will say this fish smells like very, very putrid fish mixed with landfill and butt cracks.
I just want to thank you for having me on thus far.
Yeah, no, it's,
I'm having the best Wednesday ever.
it's a good idea to get it out before I open this can.
Oh, is it going to be that bad?
What's your
I don't
relationship
know.
with herring like?
I mean, do you see how it's
Normal?
swelling?
I know it's not going to explode.
Well,
is it?
normal
It
means
might.
you'll eat it. You'll like it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if herring from that can. Would...
No. But just typical herring as we know it.
Yeah, I'd be down to clown.
I fucking hate it.
Oscars.
Really?
I hate it.
Surstrumming? You'll fuck with some Oscars
No. He'll eat normal people, not insane person.
Oh,
Are we
boy.
doing this now?
Yeah.
Great.
So I hope it doesn't explode.
I hope you don't need this.
Jeez. Oh, the juice.
Oh my
squirting.
Oh,
God.
it's almost like nitric. It's like a Guinness.
Oh yeah, that was a good move putting the bag underneath it because it is oozing.
It's a fish Guinness.
Oh God! Oh God! It hit me.
No.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I was very close with the fish.
Oh man.
Oh no.
No.
Can't get
Oh
it
my
open.
God. I just got another wave of it. First, I got like a poop wave,
Oh, whoa.
and then the fish wave came.
Yeah, there's another smell in it.
Now I'm getting a wave of oniony, which is almost, I think the dog is fucking getting it upstairs.
I think I broke this thing. Won't open it.
Oh, yep. I just got it.
Oh
And
my God!
I was wondering when I would.
God,
It's like on Pepe Le Pew,
Yeah,
you can actually see the scent moving through.
that sucks.
okay.
My
This is legit one of the worst smells I've ever smelled in my fucking life.
my body is telling me to go.
Is it not opening?
Yeah, it's opening. I
How
just
is
don't
that
know
not
if it's,
fucking you up?
I don't know if it's that bad. I feel like,
Do you smell it at all, Jason?
yeah.
Oh, I just got another.
Oh.
Okay. Fish is not even like
Of all,
at the top 5 of the notes that I'm really cat food, cheese, onion, porta potty.
This smells like someone perfectly mixed
Oh my
fucking
God.
diarrhea and barf. This is the fucking worst smell.
Okay, no, I did get a bit of the diarrhea thing there.
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, doing that is
Welcome.
lean over and smell it.
Welcome to the
Because there's like a real
I'll get it. You want me to get it?
I'm like
Yeah.
fucking. Oh God.
just lean over it.
I-
This pod's gonna end soon. Just smell it like over the top. Right?
You guys are gnarly.
It's just now it's
Do it.
really closer to just human waste.
Just try it.
It is human waste.
Just try a big smell.
It's somehow better closer.
Is it?
It's when you're this distance, it's very, very poopy and barfy.
It's like, sometimes you go into like a gas station bathroom and you're like, oh, that really stinks. I can smell you accumulated everything that happened before I got here. And then other times you go in a gas station bathroom and you go, the person who was just in here needs to go to a doctor.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's on my fingers.
Oh no,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
dripping on the bag.
Oh, it's on what?
There's
oh,
a little
no.
pocket of slime.
We gotta
You definitely
go.
don't want that in the.
Who's eating it?
No one's eating that.
Your mom.
That's so
That's
sick. Sick.
it's crazy.
Nice.
Wait, you're pounding it out because he told my wife to fuck her mom or something?
Not that.
Okay, check out your show on the Disney Channel. Like, what the hell?
We don't have to plug
Yeah,
it.
maybe not. Yeah,
Maybe
it's
let's-
just great to have Josh here.
Disney Plus, you say?
at Josh Peck on Instagram.
Wait, are we
Am I allowed
done?
to say that?
Is this,
Sure.
We're not?
Is this enough show?
I think so.
I don't think we're done.
What about when we got kicked in the? He got beat up, right?
What about that sick massage you got, bro?
Oh man, I've got to. You guys talk amongst yourselves,
Okay.
or we take a break.
Let's take a break. I'm
Let's
gonna
run
pee
some
again.
ads.
All right,
Okay.
let's take a break.
Oh.
Hey, Kevin, would you sleep with a mermaid?
I mean, if we're talking like a splash Daryl Hannah mermaid,
No,
then
like
yeah.
a fish. I live in to see fish maid, but it's a lady with like slimy tits.
And she's into it.
Yeah,
Fish monster. Okay, yeah, I'm still in.
nice. Michael.
Nah, but I'll titty fuck a merman.
Wow. I guess that's worth
What the
it.
hell's?
What the fuck? It's UFC fighter Ashlee Evans-Smith.
Kevin, I heard you've been talking shit about my podcast, Sex and Violence with Rebel Girl.
I have not been talking shit on Sex and Violence with Rebel Girl.
what
What
I
the
heard.
fuck is?
That's what I heard. That's what everybody's telling me.
All right, well, everybody's
We
lying to
heard
you.
that. Nah,
What
we
the
heard
fuck?
that too. Why don't
Kevin.
you fucking
Let's go,
back?
Kevin,
What-
let's go.
what do you-
Get up.
Why don't
You
you own
started
it?
this shit, dude.
Let's
All right.
go. Get up.
Really
Fucking
sorry,
do it.
Ashley.
All right, if that's how this is going down, fuck
Wait, it is?
Wow.
Don't do it, Kevin.
No, Kevin.
She's trained.
Kevin, you're dead to me.
She's built for this. Oh!
Don't talk shit.
Yeah. Wow.
I did it.
You did talk shit.
No worry, you got plenty more ribs.
Thanks, Ashley. We really love your podcast.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
Don't miss it.
Everybody.
Sex and Violence with Rebel Girl.
Yeah.
I like the
Sex and
unsubscribe.
Violence with Rebel Girl. Yep. Like and subscribe. Holy shit.
What the fuck?
That was, man.
Kevin, I say this with love. It's about time somebody did that to you.
What just happened?
I don't know, man. What's going on? Are we live?
Talk shit, get hit.
Fucking hell.
I thought you guys had my back.
Nope.
Fuck that. Don't talk shit on
You
her.
thought wrong.
Idiot.
Oh,
Hey, Josh, do you ever get massages?
Sure, here and there.
You do? Do you ever use that app? Because someone just recently told me about the app and you can get them to come to your house. And I have a massage table. So I was like, why don't I just do that?
What app is that?
It's called Soothe.
No, it's not.
It's called Soothe.
Close.
It's called Soothe Operator.
It's just Soothe.
Yeah, it's called Soothe. There you go.
Smooth makes somebody totally different come to your house, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, I wish I had a called Smooth instead because this guy, I had one guy come over and I got it. It was great. It was a massage. Excellent. Thanks for coming. Here's your tip. Wow, that was convenient because I just recently did a stunt, so I was sore. And I'm like, man, I will get another one in the next couple of days. So call again, use the app. And they're like, yep, be there at 7:30. I'm like, cool, easy done. And I tell Katie that I'm going downstairs because the guy's going to meet me downstairs because I told him like I'll just open the garage. So he comes down and comes in pretty fast, like hustly and bustly, kind of like and a little bit overheated. And it's like here, and I'm like, yep, here, and I'm like, you have like a towel, like towel, something to put down. He's like, oh, what? No, I don't know. And I'm like, man, he's like crazy. And Asian guy that's probably about 65, I reckon, something like that. And I don't really pay much attention except for the bit where I think he asked me, is there anything that hurts? And I was like, yeah, I got you. I mean, I hit my back, and he just didn't understand it. I could tell that we're not like whatever I was saying didn't mean anything. And then I think he asked me again. I was like, it doesn't matter. And I thought, what's the worst he can do if he does it hard on where it's bruised? I'll tell him it's too hard. So as soon as he starts, he kind of pushes around my spine, and it's pretty hard. And I was like, it's okay, I can take that. I kind of need that anyway. I know that like the pain's gonna help. So he just starts pushing on my back, and then he pushes on my butt, and then he goes down my leg, and he gets to my calf, and he holds the top of my thigh and rolls my calf off to the side and pops my knee. My knee popped because he like rolled my ankle to the side and twisted my shin bone in my kneecap.
Like this? Like
oh yeah, no, clean pop where I went and he
Like
goes
like your leg ought to swivel that way.
Like I was on my like this was on the mat. And he pulled that that and it popped in my knee because he pulled my shin.
Yeah,
and because he pushed down on it and it rolled. And he just kept pushing. So he rolled. It was like, he rolled my calf to the point where it like dislocated my knee a little bit. So it's a tendon, because I've got bad tendons, and he pushed on it and it popped. So I go, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? Because it was just such a crazy, so much harder than I was expecting anybody to do anything. And I was like, why'd you do that? He's like, no, it's okay. And he starts trying to massage. And I'm like, because it hurt where it popped. It hurt.
Yeah.
And he's trying to massage the bit where it popped because he fucking felt it. I know he felt it. And I go, no, please. No, just stop for a second. And I'm like, man, that fucking really hurt. He's like, oh, sorry. I haven't eaten. And that makes me look at his face. And I go, what? And then he goes, I know eat. And he got one tooth. He's got one tooth in his whole head. And he's sweating crazy. And I just didn't notice until I looked up and I'm like, wait, what? You haven't eaten? I'm like, wait, does that mean you don't know where you are? And you just like pulled my knee out of the socket because you're blacking out on no food? Can you eat because you got no teeth? Like, should I get you a smoothie or some shit? I was like, no, I do not want any more massage. And he's like, oh, you sure? And he kept trying to rub my leg. And I'm like, stop rubbing my fucking leg. Sweaty, get out of here, sweaty weird guy. Am I bad? I feel like you guys look at me like I'm bad.
How many stars did you give him?
None. No stars.
You're telling me I shouldn't have invested in Soothe.
It was 5. It went for 5 minutes. And within 5 minutes, he dislocated my knee.
Any liquid death water, or maybe
he didn't get any water. I didn't give
on
any.
It protein bite, or
did I give him an eye?
Yeah,
I'm not getting him on a discount.
Come on,
You didn't send him home with a kettlebell?
Wait, you guys think he's cool?
you hit him with some
Come
alpha
on,
brain?
man. You got a freeze full of lean face.
Wait,
You didn't give him shroom tech.
I get it. I mean, he did.
Sounds like someone could use a little kratom.
Right. Or some sunglasses. He could have used some heat waves, I guess. I didn't think of that. I could have given him some heat waves. Or what about a bad grease skateboard?
I mean, if he was in a hurry, that would help him zip
I
around
could've-
to his appointments a little faster.
Right. He wouldn't have shown up late. He could have got some food on the way here. He should have just got him some lean feast. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Man,
Some meal prep.
it sounds like if one guy really needs meal prep, it may have been you.
Right. And if he needs to keep it warm or hot, he could always use the cool Ven bags.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't need to tell him about those.
Yeah. Well, he seemed like he was in a hurry. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, don't see that guy.
Yeah.
Have you ever been? I got a massage once where it was like the first 10 minutes in, and like people have told me, like, if it doesn't feel like, if you don't feel like they're strong enough or they're too hard, like vocalize your pain for this.
Yeah.
And so I like nicely was like, oh, maybe it's just like a little too much. Like my shoulders are super tight. And it just continued to hurt like I've never felt a hurt before. And 10 minutes in, I called it. I said, I think we're good. And we can be done. And she was like, really? And I was like, yeah. And like, then you have to like walk together towards like the front desk.
Yeah.
And you like, and what do you say? And
I was being polite, but I could tell this guy was bummed at me, and I thought, but you felt my knee pop. Even if you accidentally did it, which I'm sure you did, massage guys aren't supposed to pop people's knees. You know that. I know that from all the massages I've had. If you're the guy that accidentally pops somebody's knee, you fucked it. You fucked it up. It's over.
There is that extra layer of discomfort if you're at a parlor, if that's what you're supposed to still call them, because I've disliked more of the massages that I've had than I've liked. And I've had that where I'm like, this is not pleasant, but it would be socially awkward for me to end this. Yeah. And I can only imagine where they go, okay, well then I'm going to wait outside while you put your clothes back on. And then we'll walk together up front, and you can explain to my boss, and you can speculate as we take that slow walk, listening to that new age music, what the nature of my relationship to that sleazy taskmaster may or may not be. And then you can tell them that you need your $20 back.
I'm
like,
sorry, but I will.
Water.
I'll be like, I want my $20 back, and you guys need to start giving people dental around here because this guy's got one tooth.
Yeah, you're right. Of course, it is awkward to pull the trigger on that.
I was more feared for my life.
Sure.
I was like, if this massage continues, what else will he dislocate? You know? I got stuff to do.
How often knowing how much you train in fighting, how often are you afraid for your life? Because as just a civilian, as just like a walking paper bag, I'm afraid a lot. I'm like, if this went south, I got nothing.
You're afraid for your life a lot.
No, well, maybe
like when you go to the supermarket, are you afraid of the homeless man out the front?
No, but I mean,
shopping carts, the silent killer.
What about that? What about
someone,
vending machines kill as many people as sharks every year?
Really? They fall on you.
I think so, something like that. They attack people for trying to steal candy.
If your candy bar's just dangling there, put in another $1.25.
Don't shake it.
It's not worth it.
Give it a little.
Don't do it.
Nah.
You don't want to reach in there and try and grab it.
Juicy fruit's great. Not worth dying over.
Who wants to die from a vending machine?
You just feel like you're in the 11th grade as soon as you kind of like chest bump a vending machine. Like I'll get that.
Yeah,
Snickers.
it's a time and a place, and now, especially now that the word's out, as many as sharks.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of shark attacks, a man in Brazil was killed by a shark while urinating in the ocean.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens. His friend was standing right next to him, and the shark just took him away and ate him.
Could have been him.
Don't pee in someone's living room.
Right? That's why I say when bears attack people, I'm like, he didn't attack you. You're in his fucking living room. And he was like, what the fuck are you doing in my house?
Right? Just doing bear stuff.
Yeah. You trying to steal my salmon? Because if you're trying to steal my salmon, that's my kid's fucking food. Literally. So we're fighting. It's not my fault that you're a bitch and I'm a bear, you know?
It smells so much better in here now.
Yeah.
I hate incense. But this is incense's role in the planet. I remember one time being in Bali and walking into the most wretched smelling place I've ever, and it was, I hate to say it, but there was clearly some sort of fecal storage thing going on, and it was directly right next to an underground farmer's market. It's horrible.
Oh.
It was just a farmer's market that smelled like human waste, and I couldn't get out of there fast enough, and I happened to walk out straight into like a wall of incense. Somebody was selling incense on the street, and I was like, oh! I always thought incense was the worst smelling shit because in the 90s, the whole hippie thing had a revival and everybody else was burning incense. I'm like, I hate this. It fucking burns my throat to smell it. But when you just are living in a world where they don't have proper sanitation and there's human feces everywhere, bring on the incense. When you just opened a can of whatever the hell, what was that shit called?
Herring.
Again? Oh my God, incense is now my best friend forever.
Yeah.
I can still smell it. I can still smell the fish.
I can't.
Oh,
We were talking about it because we had to evacuate, and when you showed us the video of the people opening that and immediately barfing,
Yeah.
you know, it's so hard to imagine a horrible scent when you're not smelling anything gross. That was so much worse than I thought it was going to be. I came very, very close to barfing, and I think that smell is going to be burned in my nostrils for quite a while.
I just put it in the trash can and it's in a plastic bag. What about if you pull it out right now and put it on the table and eat some and show people really what's going on the show? I challenge you.
On this table?
Yeah.
The table of your choice.
Yeah.
Got a
I'll bring it.
couple
You know what? I'll
tables.
bring
Yes,
a
this
skateboard
table.
out and put it on that table so that the bag doesn't touch the table.
It's a cool table.
Yeah. Thank you.
Should I just scoop a bit out and put it on a plate?
Yeah, sure. Why do you have to put it on a plate? Then I have to throw the plate away.
Yeah, maybe a paper plate.
Well, because I feel like everything else, the can is probably gonna be oozing and dripping.
What about
the
if you eat
bag.
it off a skateboard?
Why
I've
don't
got
you?
new skateboards.
Why don't you put it on a spoon and then you can throw the spoon away?
There you go.
Oh, okay. Should I go get it?
Yeah. It's in the trash can out on the street.
It's on the street?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
so it's been baking.
Yeah.
I guarantee you the street smells now. We were just outside having a conversation to get away from the stench, and the mailman walked
Go
up,
get it.
and I for sure felt like that was the elephant in
film
the
you.
room. I'm positive the mailman was able to smell it and just didn't want to ask us what the three of us were doing out there.
I don't blame him.
No.
What?
Oh my God, I just got another fucking whiff of it. I swear
get
to
a-
God, it hasn't been in here for a while now.
We're going to get a way bigger whiff in a minute. I feel
know.
like I couldn't get the can to open fully.
Yeah.
And maybe if I open the can fully, that it'll like really burst into aroma. And I feel like if he dips the spoon into it and kind of unsettles the meat,
Yeah.
that should like really spike something as well.
I get sad when I see grown-ups throw up. So
I
this
get
is gonna
sad
be
when I do a stunt for the show where I wanted him to throw up and he doesn't throw up.
fair.
Because everybody knows throwing up is funny.
Fucking garbage diving for rotten fish. Oh, there's fucking flies on it.
You're all right. Can't get in a can. Come on, get it. You gotta open it more.
Oh, it's fucking farting at me. Oh, it's so fucking bad. Oh, I'm gonna cut myself.
with herring.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
There you go.
Oh,
Some sweet. That's not any herring.
oh, 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 oh. Look at it.
What is that?
Ah!
That's a delicacy right there.
No, it isn't.
It is.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so we're taking this back in, huh?
Yeah.
Get some of these juices out. Oh, fuck.
Let's go.
Oh, fuck me.
I feel like throwing up is reserved for like people under 23. Like when kiddos throw up, it's like, of course, I'm so glad. I'm like, oh, they feel better.
Yeah,
And
get it
then-
out, bud. Get it out.
Get it
right?
out,
And then
bud.
you get into the teen alcoholism years where it's natural.
Sure. And then that's just like a part of it. But you get to a certain age and like, shouldn't be happening anymore.
It doesn't happen. It happens a lot less often as you get older. Some little bug went through our home a couple years ago, pre-COVID, and my son and my wife had it. So I went and slept with our then baby to try to separate ourselves from it. And within a half hour of falling asleep, it was clear that I was coming down with it. And this is the most bizarre thing that's ever happened to me illness-wise in my adult life. Because when you're a kid, you just get so much more violently. You can't handle the illness like you can when you get older. I went to walk to a restroom to get medicine, whatever I was going to do, and I literally fainted. My wife heard me dead weight
Oh, I've done that.
hit the floor.
Yeah.
And she came out and I didn't know where I was and cold sweat and all that. But the thing is, I then crawl into my bedroom and it's sort of amazing how no matter how, not that I was close to death, but at that point, I was obviously operating at like 10% capacity of what I am compared to when I'm fully healthy. My son wakes up and he looks at me and he's like, what's going on? He just heard his father fall unconscious in the hallway in the middle of the night. And I'm like, it's totally fine, buddy. Just tell me this thing. Don't worry about that, as I'm vomiting in a bucket in front of him, because that actually can overpower any level. All but the most extreme levels of illness.
You're disqualified. Yeah.
Yeah, you just got, oh, buddy, for this, I'll be, blah, you just go back to sleep. I must have swallowed something. Blah.
It's the most weak. Having food poisoning twice in front of my wife. Oh, no, Kevin.
It's back.
My story doesn't matter anymore.
No, nothing matters
Nothing
anymore.
matters. Oh, no, you're already sweating.
Uh,
The man had vertigo for a week. Hasn't he suffered enough?
Man, he had to dive headfirst into the dumpster to pull it out.
Oh,
Okay.
it's a rough town.
So he got a spoonful.
Oh,
He had to open the can with his fingers a little bit. Then he got a spoonful of it, and the spoon is now in his hand, wrapped in a paper towel. So now you're going to just have a spoonful of herring, which is a delicacy in some countries. You guys,
Yeah, all of our Scandinavian viewers will be very jealous of you moments
Yeah.
from
It
now.
was like $50 for that can.
no.
Whoa. Well, we should go get the rest out of the dumpster.
I mean, it would be crappy to waste it.
Yeah. All right.
unethical.
So we just saw the ooze and slime. Oh, fuck. And smell
You
the
got this.
smells.
Hold me, Josh.
Yeah, come here, Tom.
I mean, wait till you see what this stuff actually looks like. It's gray fucking sludge.
Yeah,
no, I
right.
expected that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I expected that. It looks like tuna.
Yeah, it's really just tuna with.
There's like shiny
Cheese.
skin on it.
Yeah, but you got this. It's legally allowed to be eaten. Let's see it. Here it is. Kevin Kraft, herring versus Kevin Kraft. Go.
Some might say send it.
Yeah, man, send it. I'll post this. I'll send it to them, and they'll put it on full send it.
Yeah, full
You
send.
should fully sending it. Go full send. How is it?
It's salty.
It probably doesn't taste as bad as it smells, right? Like that cheese. You okay?
Oh my God.
There you go.
I wasn't able to smell it so much.
You can
when
eat
was-
it though, right?
I just want to thank you,
You
for
can't eat it?
having me.
Can't keep it in.
I don't blame you.
Is it like painful or does it just taste bad?
I don't even know what dimension I'm in right now.
Are you tripping, man?
I think so.
Wait.
It's a Wednesday.
It's got you tripping, bruh? Oh,
yeah. That's cool.
There you go.
All episodes of Turner and Hooch streaming now on Disney Plus.
No, one a week.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh.
Disney Plus is a fun place, right?
I feel very lucky to.
It's everywhere you want to be TV wise these days. I don't need
Yeah.
to tell you that.
Well,
Oh, man.
Can you feel the scales?
there's this charity I'm a part of. I wanted to bring up too.
Oh, please.
What charity?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah. Did you feel can you feel the scales when you vomit it back up?
Help me.
How long ago do you think that fish died?
5,000 years ago.
How do you feel now?
I'm going to need a lot of time
Oh.
to recover from this.
Oh my God. I just got another.
Wait, did he
Fucking-
just burp the smell at
I don't
you?
know what it is, but I just got punched like up my nostrils.
No, you're
you feel-
good. You're good. You don't have to throw up more.
Yeah, do you feel like you've
You're good.
poisoned yourself or do you think it's just because it tastes real bad? You'll be over it in a minute.
I feel like I need
Medical
assistance.
attention? You need medical
I
attention?
feel like I just ate toxic waste, and this is my origin story of becoming a gross slime monster.
Well, we would get more people to download the show if
If we had a toxic waste monster.
I hate to say it, but we would.
Nothing helps you digest toxic waste better than liquid death sparkling water.
Yeah. No, liquid death is one of our favorite waters. It really does do the trick.
Yep. Drinking water from a can is metal.
And if you don't want to stink, you could use my Hume deodorant.
Yeah,
It's all
Hume
natural.
really helps.
Yep.
When I have to get my mind around eating something gross, I like to do it with Alpha Brain. Really helps me
Yeah, no, I agree.
level up.
Kevin, do you have any words before we leave? Because we do have to go. What is your final statement on how you feel about the herring, the delicacy from the Netherlands?
Nobody should ever eat that. I
Ever.
don't know how they're still in business.
What about if it was on a cracker with some cheese? Would that make it better?
I think I would rather
Oh no.
eat a log of cat shit.
Really?
Needs more onions?
Hey, I'm serious. For money, a log of cat shit, or because I got cat shits upstairs.
It's a dead heat.
Wow.
Blindfold me and put either one on the spoon, and this is the threshold of fucking nasty.
Is this the worst thing you've ever eaten?
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Wow.
I've never had anything raw, open like sewer lines. I mean, nothing. What comes close to this? What could you put this on? We listed every disgusting smell on planet Earth: rotten fish, poop, barf, diarrhea, farts. Everything is in that.
Infection.
You sound like a 6-year-old who's rattling off all the bad words. Say no.
I feel like a 6-year-old Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah, stop bragging, Kevin. We get it. You know,
We
a
know
bunch of
you're
words.
cool.
Yeah. You're the coolest of the kids, dude. All right. You're all right? For sure. No medical attention, though, right?
No,
Okay.
but
If anybody wants to see us, check out the YouTube channel. I think it'd be fun. It's worth looking at your face. Josh, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you,
We
bro.
really appreciate it.
Love you guys.
Thanks, everybody, for checking us out. Like and subscribe. See you next week. Don't die.
bing boing poing 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 boing 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 meow 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 meow.
If you want more Jason Ellis Show, sign up for their Patreon at patreon.com/EllisMate for a 2-hour show every Tuesday and Wednesday. To watch full episodes of The Jason Ellis Show, subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/The Jason Ellis Show. And don't forget to follow the crew on Instagram at Wolfmate, at Tullywood, at Kevin Kraft, at Underwearwolf, and at The Jason Ellis Show.
Big fat boy. Boy.